to part two with Nurse Jen here at our Campfire side chat. We had a good first session just talking about some things we can do personally to help, but also to try to curb the virus. And now I just wanted to kind of move into a little bit and just talk about the camp and some creative ways that we're trying to minister still, even though we don't have anybody here right now. The camp's pretty much closed down, but still trying to be a resource here in our community and trying to help out. So
we already have a good relationship with our Steuben County Health Department. That's been in place for many years. There are certain things at camp that I have to report to the health department when we have a camper that gets sick and goes home. So those relationships have already been established. You've already seen our sheriff's department out here on check-in days and check-out days. But in addition to that, we are in partnership with them, looking at ways that we can be helpful to our community in the event that this would become worse, that this virus would become worse and people would become more sick. So just want to let you know that we are being prayerful about those opportunities.
God has blessed us with some awesome resources, and it never ceases to amaze me when somebody comes on the property that's even lives here in our community, has never been here before, and just wow, this is awesome, And so just trying to be the best stewards that we can of the resources that God has blessed us with here. And so I wanted to move a little bit into, we've already talked a little bit about our summer camp, and that, there are uncertainties right now, and it's really too early to really call, what's summer going to look like? Is summer going to be impacted by this? I'm sure. We just don't know in what way. But if you've ever been around camp people before, around camp, you know that we're flexible, right?
Oh, yeah.
And but with that, I believe that camps are really set up for understanding about health care and sanitation, things like that we really encourage our campers and have encouraged our campers to do for years. So I just wanted Nurse Jen to speak in a little bit into that and what we do to promote that here at camp with our campers.
Sure. So those of you that have come to camp in the last several years, you know that the check-in procedure for whether it's summer camp or winter camp includes that we're going to ask you if you've been ill and with what, and that we're going to check your temperature. So if you're following anything that's going on with COVID-19, that's what employers are doing right now. They're checking your temperature before they allow you to come to work. And if you have a temperature, they send you home. So the same thing with summer camp. That's not going to change. We've been doing that for years, like I said. And that is a requirement by Indiana that's been in place for a long time. So we also have hand sanitizing stations that we've had for a long time. They're set up in the dining room. When our campers come in, they sanitize their hands. It's like that for every meal. We've always had that. Now, that being said, we're talking about getting some more hand sanitizing stations and maybe moving those closer up to our food lines, just thinking logistically about some changes to that. And also thinking about some changes when it comes to our faculty and staff, also screening them before they come into camp and making sure they're not sick. We don't want them getting our campers sick. So there's some other things that we're working on to tweak a little bit, but I think we're in a good place right now. And so when summer camp comes this summer, which I'm praying that it will, that we're going to be ready, okay? We're not going to have to make a whole lot of changes there.
Mm-hmm. Great. And some other things, we like to pride ourselves on a clean facility here. Mm-hmm. And we have a housekeeping crew that one of their main jobs during the summer is they go around and clean bathrooms at least once a day. Some of our high traffic bathrooms get cleaned at least twice a day, cleaned and sanitized. Also, after every session at camp, our beds are sanitized as well. And these are things that have been in place for a number of years already. But when you have something like COVID-19, a lot of things get rethought in and how they're done and how to do things better. And so I think as we come out on the other side of this, we're going to be better. We're going to be better at what we do, and I really believe that God's going to bless that. So, yeah.
Certainly.
Well, Nurse Jen, is there anything else that you'd like to share with us on a personal note or professionally here that would bless the camp ministry?
Sure. One of the things that I want to encourage all of you is not to fear, but to know that God is near and that He loves you and He is faithful and He's going to get us through this. And if you're just feeling discouraged and you're at home, stuck at home, missing your friends, missing your family that's extended, I just want to encourage you. We can still get outside and take walks. And that will help us so much to be outside in God's nature and reflecting on Him. That's going to be a lifesaver for some of us. And so I just really encourage you to do that and to reach out to somebody. If you're struggling with your mental health and feeling depressed, don't go through that alone. Ask for help, right?
All right, great. All right, I'm back here with Nurse Jen and just wanted to tell you a little bit about what we do, how we communicate here at the camp. Nurse Jen is part of our Facebook team. She helps me out with our Facebook posts and engagements, and we're trying to commit to having a video or picture, something different every day, and also in some type of engagement post. And so Nurse Jen helps me out with that. But tell everybody a little bit about also our Instagram page, because I'm not as up on this part. So
sure. So originally, my son Brian created the Instagram page a few years ago, and I've just recently taken over the account, and I'm trying to keep it updated with whatever we put on Facebook. I also try to put it on Instagram as well. And what I have found is Facebook is for our age and older. Instagram is for our preteen and teens and early adults. So we would love to see those followers grow. I would love to get that up to at least 500. Right now we're sitting like at 160.
Hey, let's do a free t-shirt.
Yes, we should. That would be awesome.
Our 500 person to like the Instagram
page
account,
okay.
We'll do a t-shirt.
Awesome. That
All right.
sounds great. So tell your preteens, your teens, your young adults about our Instagram page and let them know. It's at ljca.org, or just look us up, just like put it in the search on Instagram, like James Christian Camp.
All right, great. And we'll try to get out more information that way, as well as with these videos, the Campfire side chats. We're just trying to get information out and make it at least a little bit interesting. And have some fun with it as well. So thanks for tuning in, and we'll look forward to seeing you at the next Campfire Side Chat. Thanks, Nurse Jen.